Okay, now I'm going to flip around to the other side of the head and go see what I can do on the back side over here. There's not much to be done over here because it's already pretty big. So, from this angle, you can see where we did all the work up under here. You can see how big it is there. Get out of my damn way. So we did a lot of work all through here. You can see it. And now over here, it's just huge up in here. Once you get past that choke point, it's huge. So all I'm going to do is knock off any burrs or anything in there. That's it. This is already the size through here also. Over here, we got a little bit of an edge to cut back. We got that big hump to get out of right here. And you can see how this is already transitioned really nice into there. It's big here too, so we don't need to do no more pouring on exhaust on this side. So anyway, just light stuff here, and that's about it. And I got to work on the underside up in here a little bit too, which I haven't got to. We'll work on the easy part first. Leave that for the last to do the final blend. Okay, so this here I'm just going to lightly kiss it. You can't see what I'm doing, I guess, at all. I can't see much either. I'll let this do the feel. It just knocks off any high spots. Go. Just knocks off any high spots, makes it smoother. You can see what kind of humps develop in here. See the low spots in there, you can see them now. It's alright, leave them. We don't need to make the port any bigger. Okay, this side over here I do the same thing. Up underneath here, I gotta flip the head up and work under this area. I'll do that when I get to that point. Next thing I'm going to cut is this side over here. So that's going to wind up going to the other side of the place, I bet. So move everything around until you can get to it easier. Makes things a lot better when you get to them. See, it's kind of a bad angle, but it's not too bad for getting that chunk out of there we need to get out. So I got a good approach angle right on getting that high spot out right there. Not sure if the light really helps us any. So that high spot I want to get out, but I don't want to cut anything really in here. I can go slightly more right here, but not on this side. And we don't want to dig in on the other side either. So we're just going to knock that out. It's pretty much just an area that's like this. So you get a cutter like this, you just go back and forth across the range and eventually it lows down flat. It's not too hard to do it if you got the right tool. So 90% that's gone right now that quick. So you can see I just knocked it down, only cut where I needed to. The light's not helping us here. So you can see how I only cut where I needed to. Now the rest of this I'm just going to lightly blend in. So I got a little bit of hump still left, just going to make it smoother, and that's about it. So you use the right tool, get in there quick, get it out, quit screwing around. Works good. Helps to use the right stuff. Okay, we're going to go back to our nice long one here. This doesn't really cut too fast, which is what we want. Some casting roughness up under here, we'll knock that out right now. going to dig into your port right here. Okay. So just kind of smooth things up, some roughness up under there, just knock off the high spots. Knock off the high spot there, trying to blend that high spot there in pretty good. Looks like I did a lot of grinding here, but you can see the mark. I'm not even to it yet, so I'm fine. I need to flip the head over so I get a better angle of attack on this. Right now I'm at a bad angle. I'm going up the side of a vertical wall. Working on your flats is a lot easier than going up the side of a wall. I'm pretty good at it because I've got a lot of practice, but still hard. Get our dull bit out to knock off the high stuff all the way around the radius up on the inside here. So I got to orientate this instead of being trigger on top, looking like this. I got to flip it here and work it from the bottom, like this from the top, because the cutter digs in here tight. You have to get way up under there, and this actually goes down inside the whole damn port. That's why I use the small tools. Just use a little finger right here. That one right there is what we're using. No safeties, because safeties you can't do this stuff. You got no control of safety. Alright, it takes off whatever you want to see. So that cutter doesn't barely do anything, but it does make a difference. So you can see I got in there pretty deep up around the radius. There's a little burr right there I knocked out with it. Other than that, it's just smoothing. We got a nice good straight round radius hole. All kinds of multiple angles kind of coming together, make a nice smooth transition on everything. What you're trying to do. Okay, now we rotate this around, I get better access. So you can see where my cutter dug in right here, because I'm at a bad angle. So now I got a better access to do this. I'm just going to blend it like this. We're real low right here, and it's kind of high here, so I'm just going to just knock this in and blend it. Kind of a radius coming around this way. You want to try to make it do that because the port has to bend. So an angle like this, going to an angle like this. So you want to radius it over, not just end it straight. It's hard not to do that because there's no real area to work with here, material, but oh well. Do what you can do. Okay, I'm going to knock this high spot off. A little bit of light over here so I can see better. Fine. You pretty much hold the tool at the angle you want to grind at. Not helping me, I can't see the line. See, I gotta be able to see that line right there. Grind the line a little bit. Fairly smooth. Now we just blend it. So I went over and blended this side over this way. This one comes at this angle this way. This one comes straight out. This one here is going to make a turn. So you can see how I kind of blend it into a radius. I'm coming up off a low spot, up the hump, and rotate around. I try to radius this up as much as I can. There's not much to work with here, so there's not a lot I can do, but there's a small transition over. So anyway, that's about all you want to do. Try to knock off the hump right there, the leading edge of it, but I don't want to make this lower because that screws up our radius. Alright, so that's how you do all that. That side's pretty good. I'm going to flip the head over and do this right here from this area here on both sides. Let's see how we're going to do that. First thing I'm going to do is I always like working from this side first. See how we have not ground on that part yet. So you can see how it's right here is where we're going to be working. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to hit it with this finish grinder, this one right here, and blend to the seat. And then after we do that, we're going to come in there probably with a dull one and just roll it in right here like this a little bit. Just knock off the edge a little bit and call it. You don't want to make a big radius there, you just want to knock the sharp edge off. The air is not going to turn that sharp, it's going to tear and turbulate anyway, so we're just trying to minimize what we can. The port design's not that good, that's why Harleys don't run that good. Oh well. We try to make them the best we can though, what we got to work with. When I hit it, kind of dulls the motor down. Alright, that knocked out. Come to the dull one now. Okay. So I'm trying to blend it right through here to a radius, and then knock the sharp edge off from here all the way around, and then we blend into a radius again on this side. So this is pretty good this way, so I got to flip the heads over to this side and this side so I can work on those transitional areas. See if I can address any issues there. Can't do it at this angle. Can't see, can't file, don't know what we're doing. So you got to rotate the head until you get to where you can work on what you want to work on. Okay, now I can see what I got to work on. So you can see how you got this angle here coming up to this angle right here. So this one's at an angle like this one's at an angle like that. This ridge here is what you don't like. We want to make a nice radius. But you don't want a radius right to the seat. You want to have about 1/8 of an inch straight before you do it. The problem is we don't have any material to work with. So you can see how you got a radius right on here. So we're just going to try to knock off this high spot and make it where it just goes straight across. And the same down here. We're still a little bit of a hump here, but not too bad. Oop, over here. So yeah, we're going to knock this edge off. It doesn't take much to knock off an edge. So. I'm going to use the big cutter, so less chance of digging in. Yes, that was a lot of cutting. So first thing I did, I recut that down a little bit deeper because the angle wasn't quite where I wanted it to be. We have a little bit of a negative angle going this way. That helps the transition this way. So I knocked off that hump, got a radius going across, and I'm trying not to do much damage right to there, but see, it's pretty clean. So now I'm going to take my little fine cutter and just slightly blend it. You got some relatively rough area there right now. Let's smooth it up a little bit. I do not polish, I cut with burrs. Whatever these things leave for finish, final, that's what our finish is. Obviously you can see it's relatively fine, but it's not polished. Okay, so now we got that there. Still feels like a little bit of a hump to it to me. It's kind of like a ridge right through there. I don't like too much, but you can see I deburred it, clean it up a little bit. So I'm going to try a little bit more with a fine cutter to blend that area right there. So it's hard to, you don't really feel much coming this way, but it's there. You know, literally 15-20 thou makes a difference on where you're at. You can also screw it up real quick too. So turn the cutter where you cut where you want to. So this is very dull, so it hardly does anything. Alright, that's about all we're going to do on that. So you see I radiused it over a little bit. Very fine. If I keep cutting that edge back, then I'm going to be into my seat, which I don't want to do. The problem is there's no material underneath because the head was not casted correctly. See, this is raw, unmachined surface back in there. It's casting. It'd be nice if it's metal or I can blend it right in. See how my cutter has a gap right there? It'd be nice if I just transferred right on over with a nice radius, but oh well. So you got to work with what you got to work with. So that's the best transition I can make with what I got to work with. This is nice and round through here. Everything else looks good. So I go check on the other side. See what I can do on that side. Now it's got to come back in here and do it from this side of the same spot. So whenever you look on something on one side, you got to go to the other side and do it too. Right behind where you just cut. So this is literally just going to be a couple swipes and that's it. Just to make sure there's nothing there. And that's it. Okay, now I'm going to flip this over. Go look at this transition side. Bad angle. Better angle. Okay, so we got a good shot what's going on now. A little light on the subject there helps, at least for me. Camera's in my way though. Okay, once again there's not a lot I can do, but we're going to try to do something. Yep, not much to be done there. It's already been done. A little light blending on the back side is about all I can do. Alright, feels pretty good. Okay, that's about it for the exhaust. Yeah, it looks. See if we got now. It'll flow down both sides pretty evenly, the airflow, which is what you're after. And it feels good. Alright, that's it for that. I'm going to get cleaned up. I'll be right back. My hands are getting pretty dirty. Go get the oil off. We'll be back.